How are we doing, Arizona sports fan family? Today, we're going to go ahead and do a mock the mock. We have three different mock drafts, one of them from Daniel Jeremiah from the NFL Network, one from Mel Kiper from ESPN, and then the other one from, I believe it's from 24/7. It's a sports website that I went ahead and also going to do a mock the mock on them as well. We're going to take a look to see what the experts are going to go ahead and mock to the Arizona Cardinals. So, pretty excited about this. If you guys want me to react to one of your mock drafts, hit me up on Instagram, and everything is going to be on the description below. So make sure if you like this, drop a like on this video as well. We're going to be doing a lot more of this, especially when we get closer to the draft. We're going to have a lot to talk about after free agency, as well as the draft, guys. I'm extremely excited to see what the 2021 Arizona Cardinals are going to look like. Super stoked. Without further ado, let's go just jump right into it here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the very first mock draft, which is going to be this one right here from 24/7 Sports. That's what the website is called. So we will be looking at the first 1 through 15 as well, just kind of do a glance overview as to like who's going to go where and all that different stuff. So kind of keep that in mind as well. So let's go ahead and just kind of jump right into it here. So first things first, it's going to be first overall to Trevor Lawrence to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The obvious one is that. I think it's very obvious that that's going to happen. We go ahead and go to the number 2 spot. We have the New York Jets taking Zach Wilson out of 2. Now, I know there's a lot of rumors going out there saying that Sam Darnold might get traded. If the Jets were smart, they would take a page out of the Arizona Cardinals book from the year that we took Kyler Murray. Do what you can to get rid of Sam Darnold before the draft. If you're going to go and get Zach Wilson out of BYU this coming draft, get rid of him. Don't settle for what we settled for. To see if you can get a quarterback needy team out there, to see there's going to be a team that's going to be giving you a good amount of picks for this coming draft. So definitely I would plan in advance if I was the New York Jets, but I do like this option for the Jets, getting Zach Wilson over to them. Let's go ahead and move on over to Miami Dolphins, getting Jamar Chase, wide receiver out of LSU. Definitely like that as well. Atlanta Falcons getting Justin Fields. Now, you don't see this very often. When I usually see mock drafts, I see a lot of defensive playmakers going to the Atlanta Falcons, but I like this Justin Fields picks going to the Atlanta Falcons just because Matt Ryan is getting up there in age, and let's be honest here, the quarterback is probably one of the most sought-out picks to go ahead and get, and if you're in this opportunity, why not? So I do like that pick for them. Cincinnati Bengals go ahead and get Penei Sewell, offensive tackle out of Oregon, which is basically seen to be one of the best tackles that we've seen come out of college in quite some time. So they got a steal getting him at number 5. I completely agree with this, especially getting some more protection for Joe Burrow. I love this pick for the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's go ahead and move on. Philadelphia Eagles is going to get Devontae Smith. This is obvious. I think that they need to get a wide receiver for if it's going to be – oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Carson just got traded. So, yes, I agree with getting some weapons for Jalen Hurts. If that is your quarterback, if you're going to go another quarterback in this draft, who knows? But I do think wide receiver is an absolute must. And Jalen Smith had a very, very good season with Alabama. So completely agree with that, as well as in the Senior Bowl, he was there as well. So he had a really good showing there as well. Now we have the Detroit Lions coming up at number 7, and they go Jalen Waddle. I know that they're having this big issue with Kenny Golladay. Is he going to get franchise tag? Is he not going to get franchise tag? I can very well see this happen for them. But if I were the Lions, I would franchise tag Kenny Golladay in a heartbeat. This guy is an obvious number 1 wide receiver. And if he goes anywhere else, he's just going to do nothing else but flourish. It's going to be crazy to see. But I can very well see Jalen Waddle going to the Detroit Lions. But I would most likely more say something along the lines of a defensive player, in my opinion. But they got a whole new coaching staff, a whole new regime. So I can see this happen as well. We're moving on to the Carolina Panthers, and they're going Trey Lance. Now, Trey Lance is going to be probably the not as polished quarterback, but a very intriguing quarterback. And I can definitely see this happening, especially because the rumors that went out that Teddy Bridgewater is no longer going to be their quarterback. He went ahead and unfollowed the Panthers organization, and he put himself on private. Super, super shady, but I do think they're going to plan to move on. So I do like that pick for them. We got the Denver Broncos going Micah Parsons. that is interesting out of Penn State. I see a lot of people mocking DBs to the Denver Broncos. So getting Micah Parsons, I think it's an absolute steal. I do compare him a lot to Isaiah Simmons, which the Arizona Cardinals ended up drafting, but I do think Micah Parsons would be an awesome asset to this Denver defense. If we move over to number 10, we got Caleb Farley, the very first DB coming out of Virginia Tech, going to the Dallas Cowboys. I do agree with this. Their secondary definitely needs some help. We're moving on to number 11. Now, I do think that the New York Giants are going to go wide receiver, but in this scenario, if there's no more big star wide receivers on there, I can very well see them go Kyle Pitts, tight end out of Florida. I think this is a very well possibility here. So I do like this option for them to go there. Number 12 is coming around with the San Francisco 49ers, and they go Patrick Surtain, probably the number 2 DB or number 1, whatever you say. Who's better, Caleb Farley or Patrick Surtain? But number 12, they're going Patrick Surtain. I can definitely well see that as well. 13, we have Christian Darrisaw. We got another offensive line tackle going up there. We're getting close, guys. We're getting close. So we got Minnesota getting Rashawn Slater, another offensive tackle. I can definitely see that as well. We got the New England Patriots getting a linebacker out of Notre Dame, which I can see that. But I think they're going to reach, and I think they're going to go Mac Jones personally. But let's go ahead and move on here. Here is the moment we've all been waiting for. The Arizona Cardinals are now on the clock. And for 16th overall, the Arizona Cardinals get Kwity Paye out of Michigan, defensive end. Now, I do think that we need some help on the defensive line. We have Chandler Jones. But honestly, last year we had a very, very good thing going on with, Dennis Gardeck and Rashawn Reddick coming to form. So I like Kwity Paye, I really do, but honestly, I think the bigger need that we have in this group right now is going to be DB. And I think J.C. Horn will probably be the better option for me in my specific opinion. I like Kwity Paye, definitely I'm not saying he's not a good pickup, but I honestly would go cornerback in this scenario here. But hey, that's a good talent here. Definitely good talent. So that's going to be out of 24/7 Sports website. Let's go ahead and move on to the next mock draft that we have going on here. Let me go ahead and share my screen with the other one here real quick. 1 second. Next up, we're going to go ahead and view Daniel Jeremiah's next. Now, he seemed to be another expert here in the NFL Network. Really curious to figure out who he's going to mock over to us. Let's take a look here to figure out who Daniel Jeremiah is going to mock over to the Arizona Cardinals. Now, what we'll do for this one specifically, I will go ahead and just do like a very glance overview. I'm not going to talk in depth about the other, 1 through 15. We're just going to really focus on the Arizona Cardinals. So that's what we're going to do here. So we got Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Jamar Chase, the top 3, the same as the other mock draft that we saw. Justin Fields, the same. Penei Sewell's the same. Kyle Pitts, instead of a wide receiver, they got Kyle Pitts going to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Detroit Lions getting Micah Parsons. See, that's what I see more happening. I see the Detroit Lions getting Micah Parsons, in my personal opinion. Now, we got Carolina Panthers also going Trey Lance. Cool. Caleb Farley going Denver Broncos. I can definitely see that as well. Patrick Surtain for the Dallas Cowboys. And then we got the New York Giants with Gregory Rousseau. That's surprising to me. I thought wide receiver would be there, especially because there's some wide receivers still available. Going Gregory Rousseau is really, really intriguing. But, hey, I could definitely very well see that. We got San Francisco 49ers getting Rashawn Slater. Okay, getting some offensive line help. And then we got the Los Angeles Chargers getting Jalen Waddle. Now, this one I don't agree with. I really don't agree with this. Now, the biggest reason why is because they got wide receiving talent. They really do. They got Mike Williams. They got Keenan Allen. Those are the top 2 that actually come to my mind. I think they probably can need more help within the offensive line help, especially with their new stud of a quarterback with Justin Herbert. I can see them going more offensive tackle route, but we'll see what happens. They got them going Jalen Waddle. I disagree with that. And then we got Minnesota Vikings getting Devontae Smith. What? No, I don't see that happening either. What's going on? So these 2 right here, 13 and 14, I see offensive tackles. I don't see this happening personally. I really don't see this happening. But nevertheless, we got the New England Patriots getting J.C. Horn. Just before the Arizona Cardinals go, we got the New England Patriots getting J.C. Horn. That's unsettling to me. Let's take a look to see who the Arizona Cardinals are going to get 16th overall here. So we got the Arizona Cardinals going Elijah Vera Tucker, offensive guard. Jr. out of USC. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say we need help on the offensive line, like whether the guard. Honestly, I think our tackles are good right now with hopefully Josh Jones coming to form in his right tackle position. We got DJ Humphries, but I do think guard is a very, very important position. But I do think we can go second round in getting that and then get a good defensive stud for the Arizona Cardinals defense. That's what I feel like. But this is the really unsettling part here. JC Horn going just before the Arizona Cardinals, but they got us getting an offensive guard for the first round. I disagree. I personally disagree here. But yeah, because I mean, if that was the case, if you take a look at 17 and 18, you got Najee Harris, you got Kwity Paye, you also have Christian Darrisaw, which is probably seen to be a better prospect for in the draft. I mean, granted, he's a tackle and not a guard, but still. Yeah, I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. If that was the case, I probably would go somewhere maybe along the lines of Jalen Phillips, or maybe even trading back and getting maybe a wide receiver towards the end of the draft personally. But I'm not really a big fan of that pickup here from Daniel Jeremiah. So I'm going to have to give Daniel Jeremiah a thumbs down on that one specifically. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, though. All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is going to be none other than Mel Kiper, the guy that started this whole, he didn't start mock drafts, but he started the intrigueness of mock drafts, in my personal opinion here. Let's go ahead and stop this real quick, and we're going to move on to the Mel Kiper mock draft. Now, I'm really excited about this one because he got some crazy takes. He really's got some really nuts takes. So we'll see what he says here right now. Let me just get everything set up. Perfect. Here we go. Now we're going to go ahead and start talking what Mel Kiper has to say about, let's take a look here. 1 second. So the way that this was, and I was taking a look here just a little prior, where is the draft? So I have to go up. It's really weird, but this is basically Mel Kiper's mock draft. So we got Trevor Lawrence, number 1. We got the Jets going Devontae Smith. So they're saying that Sam Darnold is going to stay with the Jets, and they're just going to get him some help. They're going to try to build around Sam Darnold. That can also be a very, very well option there as well. Miami Dolphins going Jamar Chase. Okay. All right. And then we got Atlanta Falcons going Zach Wilson out of BYU. That's definitely interesting. Cincinnati Bengals going Penei Sewell. All right, we got Philadelphia Eagles getting Jalen Waddle. Personally, I think Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith is very, very intriguing in this spot here. I think they would go over Devontae Smith over Jalen Waddle personally, but it just kind of really depends on who they favor. All right, we got the Detroit Lions going Justin Fields. They just traded for Jared Goff. So this is very, very interesting here in my personal opinion, but I can see this happening. I could very well see this happening here. They got a new head coach regime. They're ready to make a different direction on this Detroit Lions team, and they're going Justin Fields. Very interesting there. We got Carolina Panthers going Trey Lance again. I think every mock draft we've seen so far saying Trey Lance is going to the Carolina Panthers, which honestly makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Got Denver Broncos going Micah Parsons. That's the second time we've seen that. We got the Dallas Cowboys going Rashad Slater, so they're going offensive tackle. And I know that we've been seeing a lot of, DBs going to Dallas Cowboys. There's a lot of mock drafts saying DBs, but I can very well also see this because they at one point had probably one of the best offensive lines, and I think they want to come back to that form here. So that's where they're going there. So number 11, we got Kyle Pitts going to the New York Giants. Number 12, we got the San Francisco 49ers going Patrick Surtain. That would be pretty awesome for them. That would be very, very awesome for the 49ers to get Patrick Surtain, especially if he falls that far down. Number 13, we got this is more what I'm talking about here. The Chargers going Christian Darrisaw. That's what I agree with. Number 14, getting another offensive lineman, but they got Elijah Vera Tucker going to the Minnesota Vikings, which I definitely agree with this, especially because Kirk Cousins was sacked so many different times. And then for the number 15th overall pick, we got the the New England Patriots going Mac Jones out of Alabama. I do think there's going to be a team that's going to want Mac Jones. Mark my words. Somebody's going to pick him up in the first round. It's going to happen. He's had a really good season this last year, but there's nothing more that hypes up a team like a quarterback like Mac Jones. And I can very well see the New England Patriots doing something like this. I really could. So here's the moment of truth, guys, right here. Number 16th overall, the Arizona Cardinals gets, got to scroll up just a little bit here, Caleb Farley. There we go. Right here, number 16, the Arizona Cardinals going Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech. If this is the way that the mock draft or everything kind of settles, I would be very, very happy with this result here. Caleb Farley is probably one of my favorite DBs in this NFL draft. Really excited to see if he even falls back. Now, there's going to be a lot of people saying he's not going to fall that far back. Are you crazy? You know, he's going to go to the Cowboys. He's going to go to the Denver Broncos. But we've seen stuff like this happen in the draft before. If you even take a look at the last draft, the 2020 draft, CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy was all projected to go within the top 10. And what happened? They fell out and they went 17 and they went 15. So it can very well happen. The Arizona Cardinals could very well get the DB that they want. Now, if it's JC Horn, then cool, perfect. But I honestly do like the idea of the Arizona Cardinals getting a Caleb Farley. That would be absolutely amazing. So that was our mock the mock. Let me know what you guys think on the comments below. If I were to rate right now who my favorite mock draft is, obviously I'm going to have to go with Mel Kiper because he gave us the best, one of the best DBs available on the mock. Sorry, let me go ahead and repeat that. Obviously, I'm going to go with Mel Kiper because they gave us probably one of the best DBs in the NFL draft. That is really, really important to build up our secondary, especially because we have a good key piece in Budda Baker back there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, guys. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. And if you're new, please consider subscribing to the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. All right, guys, that's all I got. Have a great rest of your day.